The Sandra Day O'Connor Courthouse is a federal government courthouse located in downtown Phoenix. The building estimated cost is $123 million. The steel-framed building surrounded with glass curtain walls is 550,000 square feet. The building is equipped with a basement and interior accessible floors. According to the federal government disaster recovery plan, courts are essential to an orderly society. An extended disruption in court business can have disastrous consequences. The federal and local justice systems are dependent on each other. Through our diagrams, we will walk you through the maximum security of the Sandra Day O'Connor building. Trees and shrubs are strategically placed around the government landscape. Shrubs in front of buildings, windows, and entrances should be trimmed away from the building and kept low enough to prevent someone from hiding. Trees should be far enough away from the windows and roof to prevent someone from gaining access to the building by climbing a tree. There is also a plaza of desert landscape placed in front of the building, but this area is far enough away so the strict rules are not necessarily applied. All entrances should be visible from curbs or walkways. These are the main entrances and exits on the ground floor of this facility. The east entrance of the building holds the secure check-in point for the facility. This is where federal marshals check in persons for weapons and give directions accordingly. The building is programmed by security levels going from minimal security to maximum security. We assume based on little information given that the upper floors are where the inmates are held for their hearings. This facility is maximum security where all walls go floor to ceiling with no windows in the holding cells. Throughout the building, there are various locations of fire deterrents, such as fire extinguishers and alarms. We also found that the building provided defibrillators on each floor, however, they are empty. Here's an example of cabinets empty and full. We found this very interesting because it is a federal building. After visiting the site, we analyzed the building and assessed the security and disaster recovery plan. Here are our 4 steps that we found. The first step was to identify our valuable assets. This is what we found. U.S. Marshals located at the main entrance are the first point of contact for any person entering the building. Users are required to go through a metal detector and have personal belongings ran through an X-ray machine. There is 24/7 Marshal surveillance with full video footage, patrol, and data monitoring. Step 2 is our security checklist. Within the federal government facility, all computers, printers, cameras, and access cards are securely monitored. Data and records are both paper and electronically filled. These files are stored in the cloud and are backed up in facilities in Colorado and Washington, D.C. Facilities offer remote work through laptops via Wi-Fi. Throughout each level, there are televisions displaying each courtroom scheduling. Personal items such as handbags, wallets, and keys are unattended and stored in personal lockers. Access cards are assigned to each employee and are given access to different levels of each security. Most employees work 8 to 5, but the facility is open 24/7. Security plan. The facility's front lobby has various seating options with different heights. The facility has their own coffee bar equipped with a cash register and espresso machinery. Offices require employees to place personal items in their lockers. Facility records and paperwork are in file cabinets located on the premises. Strengths of the building include maximum security facilities, a cafe to fuel employees during a long day, and 24/7 surveillance of the building. There are also weaknesses of the Sandra Day O'Connor building. Weaknesses include an open atrium which lets elements enter the building. There are no defibrillators in the designated spaces for the first aid. There are many outdated computers, and the on-site parking garage can easily be accessed by protesters, compromising the safety of employees and their belongings. This is our security plan to reduce theft, injuries, and deaths. Administrative operations for the federal government put together a team that comprises of a team of court managers, AO staff, and the Federal Judicial Center staff to go through a developed curriculum to be presented circuit by circuit. Our objectives are to continue business operations that are dependent on the court's data center in order to maintain services for the court's citizens and employees of the state, They provide ability to initiate restoration procedures of critical data processing and telecommunication capabilities within 12 hours following a declared disaster. They restore critical operating systems and telecommunication functions within 12 hours of receiving access to an alternate recovery center. The Sandra Day O'Connor Building achieves each of the above objectives in a timely, efficient, and cost-effective manner. The team is responsible for planning for disasters across the country. These disasters include flash flooding, haboobs, earthquake, microbursts, civil disturbance, threats, and data security. The recovery coordinator gathers detailed information for the plan documentation or delegates such tasks to team members if their expertise is required. Constant communication is needed to determine if the delegated tasks are completed. Management for the court's Information Technology Department will identify business applications and recommended recovery service contracts based on existing business impact analysis details and the availability of the funds. Information relative to the recovery manual, which previously resided on various systems in various formats, has been transferred onto the court's local area network and formatted with standardized software to eliminate redundancy and establish consistency. Business goes on 24 hours a day. If the building is compromised, they will initiate their COOP training IT systems where employees work from laptops and are connected to Wi-Fi. The city and state government is an alternative resource for the federal courts if there is a failure in their system. The team meets periodically to review guidelines. The Phoenix location had the U.S. Marshal officers to implement safety precautions. The facility also has 2 different evacuation plans in place in case of an emergency. The evacuation plan is to evacuate to 2 sites. One is a church on 4th Avenue in Monroe, and the second is on 5th Avenue and Jefferson. Such a high security facility, the facility is not educated on the security measures that the government has put in place for them. Our analysis is that employees feel that because the facility is such of high security, they do not have to worry as much about civil disturbances. The same can be said for the courthouse being located in Arizona, because the state is not known for having natural disasters.